That's what copywriting is. It's a communication skill, nothing else. So let's just keep digging into this. Why do people buy? Because if you need your copy, your sales letter, your adverts, your books, your websites, whatever it is to sell, you need to understand, what do they buy? People buy people. People buy people, don't they? I mean, my mother-in-law is a complete sucker if somebody's really nice to her in the shop, even if it's a pile of junk. In fact, she bought a Vauxhall recently. She had a really nice little BMW. And she came back with this Vauxhall, and my wife said, what on earth have you bought that for? Not that there's anything wrong with Vauxhalls, but she had this nice little car. She said, what on earth have you bought that for? I said, it's just so nice, this fella. I just couldn't say no. I thought, well, people buy people, it's a fact. They do buy people before they buy anything else. I mean, if you don't like somebody in a shop, are you going to buy off them? No chance. What makes a buyer tick? Well, let's turn the question around. What makes you tick? When you buy something, what makes you tick? Do you buy the product? No. You buy something that's going to do something in here. Right? Yeah, feel good. You buy an iPod because it's like, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I've got an iPod, yeah. Oh, buy an iPod. David buys his Mac because he's a bit arty. I've got a Mac. No, I don't have a PC. I've got a Mac.
I've got a PC now as well.
Have you? So, people buy things for selfish or emotional reasons. Now, over the years, the word selfish has been twisted and changed quite a lot. Selfish doesn't mean that nasty side that people really think, oh, you're a bit selfish. Because selfishness is just thinking, well, what really is going to be best for me? What is best for me? How's it going to make me feel? How's it going to make me look? What are my peers going to think of me? How's people going to react? So, okay, it's a bit selfish because you're thinking of you, but that is how your buyers think. That's how you think when you go and buy something. So what's this selfishness or emotional triggers? Emotional triggers, we're going to go through these in a minute a bit more. But an emotional trigger, what triggers that emotion? You know, let's go back to the hairdressing. It's an emotional trigger. Because you make, because, you know, in a salon, you can have somebody coming in, and those kids will know this, or even with a job, it's a load of hassle. You come in, and you're completely deflated, and actually the salon is a place of sanctuary. I know Val's doing that, she's going. But the salon is a place of sanctuary for women in that situation. They go in the salon, and they come in a bit like, oh, kind of weak, oh, terrible, completely knackered. Oh. So, and when they go out, it's like, whew, if it's a good haircut, and you make them feel and look good. So you can say that's an emotional trigger. But you can build that emotional trigger into an advert as well, into some copy. If you say the right thing at the right time, you're building in these emotional triggers. What's it going to take them to get them to react? Well, just tell them what they want to hear, if it's true. If it's not true, don't say it. Just tell them what they want to hear. You know, you get somebody who may want to buy, say, a TVR. Now, what does that guy want to hear? This car goes to 0 to 60 in 1 second, right, I'll have it. You know, that's those kind of buyers, that's the kind of thing they want to hear. So you just tell them exactly what they want to hear, as long as it's true, of course. What's the secret? I don't think there's any real secret. If you can have an interesting conversation with someone, I don't think there's any real secret. If you can sit on a sofa or at a table with someone and have an interesting conversation, and you know what it's like. You're really passionate about a subject, right? You're very passionate about this particular thing. And you've got someone else who's interested in that subject as well. And when you fire up, they go, yeah? And you go, oh, it's brilliant. Oh, honestly. And that's how copy is, you see. There's no real secret. It's about transferring those communication skills onto paper. You need to learn to love people. You can't write to people or a group of people that you can't stand. I mean, for instance, do you have a group of individuals that you don't like? Not as individuals, but as a group. You think, well, no, I wouldn't get involved with those people. So could you reasonably write some letters or adverts to those people? Well, the answer is no, because you don't love the people enough to know that. By the way, when we're talking about love, there's 4 different types of love. There's love called agape love, philia love, eros love, and... No, I'm thinking of the Greek word. But basically, this filial love is a brotherly love. A love that you would have for a member of your own family. Agape love is a much wider love. Eros love is when you're in love with your husband or your wife. But this agape love, which is a much wider love, which encompasses your feelings for human beings. So do you have that feeling? And can you put that feeling into your copy? What really works in copy? Now, we're really brushing through this because I think, you know, you can get thousands of books on copywriting. We're going to be covering so much stuff this weekend. In fact, this is a week's course, this stuff. To try and do this in 2 days, it's pretty hard going, really. So we're covering lots and lots of stuff very quickly. Grabbing attention. Now, what's the problem with grabbing attention in 2006? Yeah. This is the fast society. You can download something onto your iPod in seconds. Well, it's quicker than walking to the shop and buying one. You can go to Google right now, find out what happened on the news this morning. That's faster than going to the newsagent. It's a fast society. People want feeding. People want change quick. They want the latest, the greatest new thing. So if it's a fast society, to grab their attention, you're going to have to tell them everything quick. You've got seconds. You've got seconds to tell them. Seconds. Fast society we're living in now. But your copywriting has to encompass the thought that we're living in a fast society. You know, what's in it for me? That's what you've got to tell them. Don't sell the product. People send me copy for review, or I read copy, and it's all about the product. This is a great computer, this is a great car, this is a great whatever. We've been doing this for 57 years, we've been doing that, and so on and so on and so on. It's not about that. It's just not about that. You know, as I was saying to you before, nobody pays for a haircut. You're just selling haircuts. Haircuts are 10 a penny. 10 a penny. And the way education is these days, you know, when I started hairdressing in 1982, when I started hairdressing, and I'd been a landscape gardener for 4 years before then. So when I started hairdressing in 82, you couldn't get really good education on haircuts. Then you've all heard of Tony and Guy. Well, Tony and Guy actually broke the mold because they started information products in the hairdressing industry. And Tony and Guy brought out these how to cut hair books. And we'd never seen anything like it in our lives, ever. Actual photographs, step by step, of how to do these haircuts. It was just fantastic. You know, and the point is there that education these days is so widespread and so easy to get. But, and again, you need proof. You need proof of everything. You have to prove everything. I'm an expert. We sell this. We do this. Does anybody believe you? Nobody believes anything. Nobody believes anything in 2006. You get a few people who'll... and what I'm actually talking about here is the media, of course. You know, what we hear and what we're fed on a daily basis. People may have their deep-seated religious beliefs. They may have their deep-seated evolutionist beliefs. They may believe in MLM. They may believe in whatever they believe in. But as a whole, people don't generally believe what they see in the media. And why is that? Why is that? Well, the reason for that is government lied to us. Churches lied to us. Newspapers lied to us. TV lies to us.